it's Matt back at it again with another dash cam review. This time it's another Thinkware model. It's the F200 front and rear system. And I'm going to be opening up the box shortly to show you what's inside. Just wanted to show you that it's a 2-channel dash cam with front and rear cameras. There is an optional hardwired energy-saving parking recording required. I won't be doing that for the purpose of this review, as I believe that Thinkware's kits for this are sold separately, and did not get one for the purpose of this review. There's safety cameras with an optional GPS. Now, my understanding is optional GPS usually comes with these dash cams. It's a little thing that plugs in. It's got built-in Wi-Fi and the ability to view your footage through an iOS or Android app, and I love when you can do that. 140-degree wide-angle recording, and it does have up to it does have the ability to record on up to a 128-gigabyte micro SD card. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. There is your front dash cam. So this is familiar Thinkware design where it'll mount probably from the top there. Let's see what else is inside the box here. We've got our instructions. And look at that, it actually comes with a micro SD card too. If you can see that on the camera, it comes with a 16 gig micro SD, which means that it's probably just going to be plug and play. That's great. That's the front mount. This here is your GPS. There's the plug-in for the power. All right, here's the rear dash cam. Now, if I recall correctly, these rear dash cams are on a swivel. That's what I had the last time I had a Thinkware model that looked exactly like that. And then here's power for the back, and along with a couple extra adhesives and things. Okay, so it doesn't look like it did come with a hard wiring kit for the advanced parking assist, and that's no worry anyway. I've seen those online at bestbuy.ca, so you can probably pick one up there if you want to do that. Let's get unpacking and let's get this installed. Let's take a quick look at the front cam here. So this is very small, and as you can see, there are power and GPS hookups and things here. There's a Wi-Fi button along with a manual recording button. No screen, as you can see, but that's all right, since we'll be able to view this stuff off of our cell phone or our tablet. I'm not too fussed. It's got the production date, and then there's the micro SD card slot. So we'll just be slotting the micro SD card in there, and I suspect, as with most Thinkware cams, once you turn your vehicle on, it should just start recording, and you'll be able to make modifications and things through the app itself. Okay, just sitting in the car, I'm thinking I'm going to put the dash cam mount somewhere here, and probably the GPS nearby, maybe here. The GPS has its own adhesive, as does the mount. The dash cam basically just slides in on top of the mount, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the micro SD card in there as well, and I'm just going to plug it in for now, but what I'm probably going to end up doing is feeding and hiding the wires through here eventually, but for now I just want to get it going and just get it recording. Alright, I've got the back camera set up now, and one thing that I just wanted to mention is that prior to installing the rear camera anywhere, you've got to make sure that this label here is facing up, because if the label's facing the other way, so for example, if I were to flip this upside down and try and put it there like I'd originally thought, it's going to start filming the footage upside down. And so you just want to make sure that wherever you're putting the camera, this label is always facing right side up, and so that means that the footage will actually film right side up as well. I mean, technically you could probably flip the footage when you bring it into the video viewer, but it really doesn't look all that good. I've tried that before and it doesn't work. Okay, it's a little mess of wires. I can clean that up a little bit later as I start to hide things. But I'm just going to plug this in for the first time, make sure everything works. It should light up in a second here. There we go, and I'm assuming it's just initializing.
GPS connected.
GPS is connected.
Continuous recording will now start.
Right, so as you've seen, there's no LCD screen, so you're not going to be able to see the footage is recording. You'll just have to sort of trust it and go back to the app or go back to your computer with the micro SD card plugged into the SD adapter. I'm going to take this out for a drive and going to initialize the app and then start to view footage that way. Just before I get started, I did want to mention that all the footage you're watching is re-encoded for use on this video. Most dash cams I've reviewed have their own encoding and compression styles, and I have to use a program like Handbrake to convert them to 30 frames a second for these review videos. You're not likely to see quality loss, but I just want it to be upfront. So this camera is basically plug and play. Once you have everything hooked up, it just starts recording without the need to tinker with settings. There aren't really a lot of bells and whistles on this camera, as I suspect it's intended more for those that want a hands-off experience and for those who want their camera to do all the work. All the settings are enabled through the Thinkware Cloud app available on the iOS or Android App Store. You'll have to turn it on and sync up Wi-Fi each time you want to do it. I've got more information about that in the written review. As you're driving, one fairly helpful feature on this camera is that it has red light camera detection. Around 200 meters away, you'll get notification of one, and as you roll up to it, you'll hear a beep. You have two ways you can view footage off the camera. You can either use the Thinkware Cloud app, or you can clip your micro SD card out, slide it into the adapter, and watch the footage on your computer through the software that's included. It's pretty easy both ways, but the app has to download each video before you can watch it, so that adds some time. So it adds a little bit more time than just running to your computer and flipping through footage easily. Footage will record in 1 minute continuous loops at a rate of 160 megs per second. 160 megs per minute, broken down by 80 megs per camera. The included 16 gig micro SD card only lasts about an hour or so as a result. If you end up buying a bigger card like a 64 or 128 gig, which is the largest supported, you'll have to format it into FAT32 partition, and if you're running Windows 10 or Mac, you might have to find third-party software to do this because that specific partitioning technique is not available on either operating system. So, final thoughts on this camera. It's easy all around, and I think it's a great entry-level camera or a good choice for someone that likes the simplest experience possible. You know, I like my settings, and I like more options, and I also like having an LCD screen, so I'm willing to pay a little bit more for those. But that said, this is a ridiculously savvy pickup for someone who doesn't, and it's got really good bang for the buck. Thanks for watching. That was a review of the Thinkware F200 dash cam, now available at Best Buy. I'm Matt. Please subscribe to this channel for more dash cam reviews like this one and tech reviews coming soon. Thanks for watching.